Hi folks, in today's EV news, an intern develops technology to find EV charging vulnerabilities. NIO earn 5-star safety ratings in Europe for their ET5 and EL7 models. And finally, are we going to see 100 million two-wheel electric vehicles in 2027? Clean Technica are reporting that an intern has developed technology to find EV charging vulnerabilities. At the Idaho National Laboratory, intern Jake Guidry has developed a cybersecurity research tool that could improve the security of electric vehicle charging. Access is a combination of hardware and software that emulates the electronic communications that occur between an electric vehicle and an extreme fast charger during the charging process. The tool gives researchers a new way to search for vulnerabilities in electric vehicles and charging stations. The Access hardware includes a charging port and a charging cable, both of which can be plugged into a real-world equipment. No charging power flows through the device, so if you plug Access into an electric vehicle, the vehicle's computer thinks the battery is receiving a charge. And if you plug the tool into a 350 kilowatt fast charging station, the station thinks that it's charging an electric vehicle. So it's basically acting like one to trick the other. With this technology, you can not only skew from normal operations, but also introduce cyber attacks. And currently, some commercial devices allow researchers to test EVs and charging equipment to make sure that they meet certain specifications. Access is less expensive and a lot more flexible. The tool further reduces costs by eliminating the need for real-world charging equipment or vehicles, so it brings the barrier of entry to EV charging research way down. Clean Technica are reporting that NIO have earned 5-star safety ratings in Europe for their ET5 and EL7, based on the 2023 Euro NCAP testing standards. Since the launch of the new 2023 standards, NIO is the first company to earn 5-star safety ratings. As one of the most authoritative safety testing organisations in the automotive industry, Euro NCAP has rigorous and comprehensive testing standards. The updated 2023 Euro NCAP protocols are much more stringent than ever before. More than 100 active safety scenarios have been added, including motorcycles as a road target type, which has greatly increased the complexity of road traffic scenarios. New vulnerable road user and passive safety tests, vehicle submergence, and advanced e-call tests have also been added to assessment protocols. Danilo Teobaldi, Principal Chief Engineer of Vehicle Engineering at NIO, said, "We have invested in a powerful research and development capability that has enabled NIO to set high safety standards and strategies for our second-generation technology platform. This strength in R&D is the reason behind ET5 and EL7 being able to achieve the Euro NCAP 5-star safety rating. Every safety improvement is worth every effort," he goes on to say. Very impressive. Well done, NIO. Clean Technica are asking the question, 100 million two-wheel electric vehicles in 2027? They say that according to a recent report from Rethink Energy, post-COVID pandemic electric two-wheeler sales are recovering globally, and they expect that by 2027, over 100 million electric two-wheelers will be on the roads globally. China accounted for 53% of global two-wheel vehicle sales in 2021, a staggering 70% of which ran on an electric motor. The country's early dominance of the battery supply chain, the development of domestic manufacturing, and the country's relatively poor population at the time are the primary driving factors of the country's control of this industry. Looking at India, they say most of India's two-wheel EV sales are imported from China, owing to the country's lack of domestic vehicle manufacturing infrastructure. This will change in the next decade or so due to policies such as a $3.5 billion production-linked incentive, which gives domestic manufacturers subsidies based on EV output. Looking at Vietnam, Honda and Yamaha have lost market share for their ICE vehicles to EV startups like VinFast, Pega, Ambico, DK Bike, and DTEC. By the end of 2022, Vietnam had nearly 2 million newly registered electric motorbikes, accounting for 2.7% of the total number of motorbikes nationwide. Although Honda and Yamaha dominate the Vietnamese market with about 90% share, their share is being eroded, down approximately 7% and 10% respectively. Neither Honda nor Yamaha have an electric two-wheel vehicle on the Vietnamese market, despite EV penetration reaching 10% in 2021 and promising to climb higher as battery prices continue to fall and demand continues to increase. Failures from incumbent manufacturers to adapt to changing market dynamics are going to be a key factor in this market and will likely be replicated in the four-wheel EV market. They show a chart there with the global two-wheeled vehicle sales increasing year on year all the way up to 2030. Now, the bulk of global electric two-wheeler growth is expected to occur in India, Indonesia and Vietnam. There is likely to be very little demand increase in Europe, North America, Australia or New Zealand due to colder weather, distances travelled and cultures that value car ownership more. Price reductions for two-wheel EVs are expected as the markets shift away from lead-acid batteries towards low-cost lithium batteries like lithium iron phosphate batteries or LFP. Due to the relatively low range requirements enabled by battery swapping systems and the need to keep costs low within this market, if we assume an average battery size of 2.5 kilowatt hours, we see battery manufacturing requirements increasing from 71 gigawatt hours today to 228 gigawatt hours by 2030. Furthermore, battery swapping systems are pioneering a new way to look at range needs and battery sizes. Interoperability between manufacturers of two-wheel EVs will facilitate battery swapping infrastructure and battery-as-a-service agreements. A number of Asian countries have a very high number of motorbikes on the road, so there's definite potential for an increase in two-wheel EVs. It strikes me that battery swapping technology is ideal for two-wheel EVs. It's relatively straightforward to get a battery pack and change it on a bike in this way. There are facilities where you're able to rock up and take a battery out of what looks like a locker system and use that, change that into your bike and put yours back in for charging. Now, as long as costs are low and make it affordable, I think that there's great opportunity for expansion of these systems throughout these Asian markets. Well, there you go, folks. That's this week's EV News. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it useful. If you did, then please click the like button down below and leave your comments. Let me know what you think of these news items. And if you haven't done so already, then please subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. Well, until next time, bye.